Hi, I'm David Fleming from Disciples Ignited, where we are focused on Jesus, advancing his kingdom, and preparing his disciples. I'm so glad that you have decided to start listening to these videos on modern day prophets and prophetic ministry of today. There's so much to learn about prophetic ministry, and I trust that this series is being a great blessing to you. Now, over the past few videos, we've been dealing with those prophets that had special ministry to King David. Of course, there was Prophet Samuel, then there was Gad the seer, and then there was Prophet Nathan. Now, Prophet Nathan was the one that the Lord used to tell David who was to build the temple. You see, David had the desire to build the temple himself. But the Lord told Prophet Nathan that David wasn't the one to build the temple, but that one of his sons was going to be used by the Lord to do so. But Prophet Nathan was also the one that the Lord gave a message of severe judgment against David because of David's sin of adultery with Bathsheba and for killing her husband Uriah the Hittite. Now, there would be many men that would distance themselves from such a prophet, especially after a word of judgment, but not David. You see, David trusted Nathan to always stay true to the word of the Lord. He wasn't looking for a yes man, especially not in a prophet. He needed a prophet that he could trust to always deliver the true word of the Lord, whether it was one that he wanted to hear or one that he needed to hear that would even be a word of judgment. So that shows the heart of David. But it also shows what kind of prophet Nathan was. Nathan would not compromise, not a bit. When the Lord said, "This is the message," Nathan didn't add to it, and he didn't take away from it. He delivered it exactly as the Lord told him to deliver it. Well, the day came that David is elderly. It is about time for him to be taken by the Lord, and he needs to name his successor for the throne. Well, his first four sons had passed away. His fifth son's name is Adonijah. And to be honest, Adonijah is just tired of waiting for his dad to pass on. And so he decides that he's just going to take the throne for himself. Let me read to you what he did. 1 Kings chapter 1, verse 5. Now Adonijah, whose mother was Haggith, put himself forward and said, "I will be king." And so Adonijah set out with a plan to make this happen. He got together a lot of political leaders. He even got some military leaders in David's army to support him in this effort. And so the day came that Adonijah named himself the king. David heard about this. David knew that this was bad news because this could split the kingdom. It was just like Absalom trying to usurp the kingdom when Absalom did so many years prior to this. Well, who did David turn to help him rectify this, to make things right? He turned not to a political leader. He didn't turn to any wise advisors. He turned to Prophet Nathan. Why? Because he knew that Nathan was going to know the will of the Lord and that he was going to help him accomplish the will of God. And so David and Nathan met together, and they, with the mind of the Lord, they came up with a plan on how to make things right. You know, this shows the trust that David had for Nathan. Nathan was a true prophet of the Lord, and he was a capable representative of the Lord and of David the king. He knew that Nathan wouldn't back down to those who were working against his will and the Lord's will. Whoa! He trusted Nathan. And God used Nathan to set things straight. Solomon was crowned the king. Adonijah was dealt with. And God's will was accomplished. All because of a prophet who wouldn't back down and stayed true to the will and the word of God. We'll see you tomorrow.